God. Yeah, welcome back to C and Linux Beginners session
Okay, sir.
part 5. So today I'm going to discuss about Linux architecture, Masood. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and understand the Linux architecture in your class in
Okay,
this
sir.
session. Okay. So before we go into Linux architecture, let's discuss about the operating system architecture. Okay.
Sir is okay, sir.
Okay. Let's see one of the. Yeah, let's open the wiki. Okay. I'm just
Okay,
showing you how you can learn by yourself.
okay, sir.
Okay. So there is a diagram we see here. Uh, yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
this is the architecture of different operating systems. Okay.
okay, sir.
So I hope this middle one is the Linux architecture.
Yes, sir.
So even yeah, let's see the common features among these three operating systems. Okay, they are from the different
Okay, sir.
kernel. They say this is from monolithic kernel, this is microkernel, and this is hybrid kernel.
Oh,
So the similarities are application is common. See, every system
yes,
has an application. Okay,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's why that system is designed, and the hardware is common here. Okay,
Mm.
so the remaining thing between the application and the hardware, there are some blocks. There are some blocks which will enable the application to use the hardware.
Yes,
Okay. Do you know what is the purpose of the computer? Computer's purpose is to serve something, right? To automate something. Okay.
yes, sir. Yes,
Means
sir.
that
Two
we
is
have
the
to
complicated
efficiently
one.
use the hardware. Consider you have 8 GB of RAM. Okay. And
Oh,
you are using only 100 MB in your application and you're running it for a long time. So remaining memory will
yes,
be wasted. If you use the
yes,
memory and the CPU efficiently, you can use the computer in a better way.
yes,
Okay. And we have seen the common features, right? Hardware and application is common. The remaining, the middle part, the operating system layer, that is different in each other.
yes, sir.
Yeah, let's come to monolithic architecture. Okay. So in the monolithic architecture, don't worry about all these things. Okay, these are some of the terminologies of the
Okay,
operating
sir.
system. Okay, here you can see there is a layers. There is a layer. There are multiple layers in between hardware and application. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and the bottom layer is device driver layer. Okay, you can see in most of the device driver is common in all these three operating systems, all these three types of kernel.
All the three. Yes, yes,
A
sir.
device driver here, and there is a device
Yes,
driver here, and there is a device driver here. It means the
yes,
driver software is required actually. The driver
yes, sir.
software directly interacts with the hardware. Okay.
Okay,
So what I'm trying to tell you is, let's see better diagram. This is not the right one. You need some understanding before we go into this. Yeah. This is
okay,
the
okay, sir.
better architecture. I mean, this is the most generalized architecture.
Oh,
Okay. Here also you see the same thing. Application and the bottom layer is hardware. Hardware they have not shown here. So bottom layer
yes,
is
okay,
hardware. Okay. And you
okay,
can see application. Then there is a system called interface memory management, memory manager, process scheduler,
yes, sir.
inter-process communication, file system, input output manager, and
In,
network manager. You can say.
oh,
I will just tell you briefly what are these things. Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay. In your computer or in your any device where the operating system is running, you will have a memory and some piece of the code which manages the memory, like allocates the memory and converts the virtual address to physical address to virtual and virtual address to physical. I will tell you what is virtual address and what is physical address in the next class.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
to visualize this, you can just make note of allocating a memory and deallocating a memory. Okay.
okay, sir.
Allocating a memory in the sense, for example, consider you take, I'm giving you a very basic example. Consider you're storing 100 students database. Okay. You have seen the
Okay.
database structure, right? What we have written in the earlier class.
Yes,
The
sir.
database
Yes.
structure had many things actually. Consider name in that name part in that student structure. Okay.
Oh,
You don't know the name size, right? What is the name of the size? You cannot fix the size of the array there.
yes, sir.
Yeah, if you fix 1,000 as array size and if you put it to use it for storing the name, so it's waste of other part of memory because Masood is only five characters. Our full name is around maximum
Yes, sir.
30 characters. Remaining 70 characters will be wasted. So what they
Oh,
will
yes, sir.
do when they are running the real-time applications or when they are developing the real-time applications, so the compiler you will not decide the memory at the coding time. You will decide the memory allocation at the runtime. There are some functions for that.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
So you will have a variable, and that variable will get the memory allocation from the runtime.
okay, sir.
Yeah. For example, if your name is with 50 characters long, you can allocate 50 characters. If
Yes.
your name is 5 characters, you can allocate only 5 characters. So that will save the memory, and that is the proper use of memory. And the memory allocation and all these things will be taken care by the memory manager code. Okay. I'll
Oh,
explain you in detail when we come to dynamic memory allocation in C. Okay. Process
okay.
scheduler. Process scheduler. Okay. Uh, in your laptop, there will be multiple processes will be running actually. It's not only a single process. It's a multiple process which is
Okay.
communicating each other and running. I will give you a better
Yes.
example. Consider 1 second.